Wow! What are we going to talk about today? Fixing 3 important sales skills to convert more leads. Everything that you see here we're going to cover today. So in 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, but first, let's fix a few things for myself, right? Because I have to fix a few more of my subscribers. They're still a little bit low, so I would be forever grateful if you could just subscribe to my channel. Just subscribe right now, and let's just get started. Let's go! Again, I'm so excited that you're here with me today because yes, we are talking about the 3 important sales skills to overcome more leads, and you need to start fixing those, right? If anything, I get asked so many times by real estate agents, real estate agencies, even salespeople at developers' offices. They tell me, listen, Taco, we have a lot of leads, right? But we're not converting many of those leads, right? Is it a problem with our leads? Is it the quality of our leads? Is it the quality of our marketing? Listen, there's a few things that you also need to fix based on your sales skills. Yes, your sales skills, your ability to sell and convert people in buying a property from you, right? And those sales skills are super important to you because why? The better you become in sales, the more leads that you can convert. Your marketing cost goes down, your revenue goes up, and you actually will get a lot of benefit from there, right? So how do we fix it, right? How do we fix? And there's 3 things that you really need to fix. Now, maybe you have heard this before over and over again. This is not rocket science, guys. It's all about taking the right actions and doing the right thing. Do the right thing. And I keep saying it for many, many years, doing this business for many, many years, and I just keep saying the same thing over again, right? I'm like this recorder just keeps repeating the same song over and over again. So at the end, I'm just going to repeat myself again. You probably have seen this in past videos, but that is how easy sales can be because the formula of sales, the nature of sales has not changed for a very, very long time. Let's get started, right? So the first thing that you need to focus on, again, is all about rapport building, right? You need to build rapport. And how do you build rapport, right? It's all about a few simple things that you need to be able to clarify, identify, set the tone with your clients, because rapport building is all about simply getting your prospects to like you. It's all about, it's all simply for your clients to like you. Can I do that? Swap the pen like that, right? Like you first. People won't buy from you if they don't like you, right? And maybe they will buy the product. They see the product is nice, the property that you're offering is nice, the development that you're offering is nice, but they don't want to buy it from you because they simply don't like you. I've seen that over and over again because why? Because agents are very transactional and they're not very relational, right? They are too pushy, too salesy, and because they're too salesy, people don't like to be attached to you, they don't like to do business with you, and they have kind of skipped this step, right? The rapport building, by far going back 50, 100 years in the sales industry, is still one of the key elements in really setting the tone, making sure your clients are comfortable, and then actually starting that whole sales process, right? So in that sales process, you also need to know how to claim authority, right? Because authority is all about you showing to your clients that you're very comfortable and also very confident in what you're presenting and what you're going to offer to them today, right? People can smell, people can see from a very far distance if you're not comfortable, if you're not confident, if you don't really believe in what you're going to present or offer today, right? So at the end of the day, you have to claim that authority. You have to level up with your clients. Hey, listen, if you meet the king, you have to become the king of that day. If you meet a millionaire, you have to also become a millionaire that day, right? Because any moment of time you show that weakness and you show that that you're not secure, that you don't show that you have that confidence, people already don't want to do business with you because you don't feel comfortable, they don't feel comfortable. It's as simple as that. And again, it all comes back to a few natural abilities that you need to do. You need to listen very carefully, right? Because with listening, you're going to build a certain amount of trust. And how do you get to listen to people if you also actually know how to ask questions, where we also come back to a little bit later. So go and figure out how do you build a lot of rapport. We do so many trainings on that. We do so many videos on that and how to build rapport. We have a whole list of videos here on YouTube that just touches on how to build that rapport, right? And sure, there's a lot of colleagues of mine that also show videos on YouTube on how to build rapport. Focus on building that relationship and you are already halfway there. Do I get your attention? Start building that rapport. It cannot be avoided. Okay, now you know how to build a little bit of that rapport, right? We go to the second step, right? And equally important, not less than rapport, not more than rapport, equally important is you actually really becoming the expert in what you sell. Too many times have I seen that I walk into a sales gallery, that I walk into a viewing, and that the agent actually only knows 20, 30, 40, 50% of the product. They only know 20, 30, 40% of what they're actually selling. They have been pushed into the sales process too fast. Hey, listen, you need to know what you're selling and you need to know every single area of what you're selling, because I can tell you, your clients are going to ask the strangest, weirdest, most uncomfortable questions if they want to get closer to that sale. So you need to be an expert, and as you are that expert, you also need to know how to answer that very comfortably and also how to overcome those objections, right? So be that expert. How do you do that? Well, very simply, right? You need to, of course, practice your sales pitch, your viewing pitch, your overall presentation. You have to practice it a couple of times. And if you think that 10 times is enough, it's not true. You need to do it probably 100 times so that you're very comfortable on every single area of what you're actually presenting. On top of that, as you are presenting, you need to always keep improving the delivery of your presentation. Meaning to say, as you do the presentation the first time, is probably going to be the worst time. And you know what? I have seen it many times that I have actually gone to viewings or have gone to sales presentations at the gallery, at the showroom, where people do the delivery for the third or the fourth time, right? And that's going to be probably the worst time in how you present it. You probably can just practice and improve that delivery few times first with your colleagues, with people that you're working together with, before you actually starting presenting this into real life. Becoming an expert is, of course, something that people can see. People can see your experience. They can see the moment that you start presenting about the product, about the property, that you really are invested in terms of knowledge, in terms of confidence, and also in terms of overall interest in what you are actually presenting. So become that expert first, because that is an important sales skill for people to identify. Is this a good product? Well, let me see what the salesperson thinks of it. Well, he's not that confident, so I'm also not that confident anymore. So become that expert first. And on top of that, once you become an expert, then of course the most important part, Kai, is that I have the wrong pen. That the most important part is that you need to become obsessed with closing. I'm not that type of agent or the type of person that says, oh, you need to close, 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 close. If you have done this one wrong, you've done this one wrong, just forget about the closing. It will never, ever happen. But if you have done this one right, and you're doing this one even better, this one actually comes very, very natural. But here is the mistake that I see a lot of people make that you need to fix today. You need to become more comfortable in the closing itself. You need to ask for the close. That is what I'm telling you. And asking for the close is literally ask, 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 ask. You need to ask more for the close. So if you go to a development, you're doing your presentation, and you're showing the first 30% of your package, and you see that the temperature with your client is already very good, they really like what they're seeing, why don't you just ask the first test close? You just ask, hey, Mr. Lee, Mr. James, Mr. John, since you are very excited in what I just presented, shall we just go ahead and book your unit? Well, Mr. James might say, oh, wait, do you have anything more in the package? Yeah, sure, but since you're very excited, I was just asking, if you might be already interested to set the booking since you already like what you're seeing. But we have actually a few more things to cover in terms of the bonuses that this developer is going to give, right? During a viewing, right, when somebody is saying like, wow, this is really nice, this is really beautiful. Well, since that you like it so much, right, would you like to carry on and would you like to book the unit already? Or would you like to, for me to give you some terms and conditions of the agreement so that we can see if we can proceed to the next step? Hey, listen, you need to become obsessed with closing. You need to become obsessed of having people to make that decision to move to the next stage. A lot of times agents just drag until they don't have any opportunity anymore to close the deal. And many agents out there, or maybe even trainers, and I apologize, as a trainer, we teach people to close all the way at the end. Listen, closing already starts all the way at the beginning, because if you have built rapport, you have closed the confidence in you. If you are the expert, then you have closed the confidence you have in your product. The only thing that you now need to do is ask a few times, not give up, because people, you can close them emotionally, you can close them logically, and you can again close them by the fear of missing out. So if you have not done closing a few times during the same presentation, you are missing out on big opportunities. And I cannot tell you how many times I've seen agents do great presentations and then they forget to close. Become comfortable in closing, because the more that you can close, the more you get comfortable in closing, obviously the more deals that you can make. But Taco, I have a question. What if I get an objection? Well, great, congratulations. An objection is actually your client being interested, but they still need some clarification, or they're still concerned about a few things that you can address on the spot. Overcome the objection and start asking the closing again. That's the only simple thing that you need to do. Do the 3 steps: rapport building, relationship building, get them to like you, claim authority, listen very carefully to your clients, collect information, become that expert. Do not ever present to somebody if you're not comfortable in presenting yet. Practice first with your colleagues, then only when you're comfortable, then you go out, and then eventually never ever be afraid to go for the closing. Got it? Great. Okay guys, there you have it. Fixing 3 important sales skills to convert more leads. I wish I could give you 1,000 leads right now, because I'm quite sure by taking these 3 steps, you will do much more better just by improving those simple sales skills, and you will start closing more deals immediately. Hey, listen guys, if you want to know more about this, you can always reach out to us here at Propcoach. Leave something in the comment box, or of course you can find us at our website at propcoach.co. But for today, I just want to thank you for watching this whole video all the way till the end. You guys are great, you're amazing. Leave a comment in the comment box, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.